Saturday morning, 7:15. Timmy is standing inside a laundromat pulling quarters out of a machine. From the outside, it looks almost sad. A grown man counting coins in a room that smells like fabric softener. But his phone just buzzed with a deposit notification. $4,800. Passive income from 3 businesses he owns. He is 35. 3 years ago, he had less than $1,000 in savings. No one in his life saw this coming, and honestly, neither did he. Let me back up. At 32, Timmy was an operations coordinator at a logistics company. Take-home pay around $3,400 a month. Net worth basically zero. A paid-off sedan and some loose cash in a checking account. He had tried the exciting stuff before that, a dropshipping store that made maybe $90 total profit before he gave up, a crypto phase where $1,500 turned into about $400, a clothing brand that ended with 2 boxes of unsold hoodies in his closet. Every attempt followed the same arc: big excitement at the start, complicated setup, unpredictable results, and nothing landing in his bank account on a regular schedule. One evening, Timmy stumbled on a summary of the Millionaire next door. The part that hit him was almost offensive. Most real millionaires do not run trendy companies. They run what the book literally calls dull, normal businesses. Repair services, cleaning companies, local operations that people use over and over without thinking. 2/3 of millionaires in the study were business owners, and their businesses were boring. Timmy had spent years chasing clever branding, clever niches, clever timing. Here was a book backed by years of research saying the opposite: be the boring owner of a necessary service and let time stack in your favor. He decided to test it, not as inspiration, but as a real experiment on his own life. Over the next few months, he noticed 6 types of businesses kept appearing in Millionaire stories, entrepreneur forums, and small business sale listings. Not glamorous, not complicated, just relentless. He developed 3 rules to filter every opportunity. Rule 1: the customer pays at least once a month, not because I ask them to, but because they need to. Rule 2: the buying decision takes less than 10 seconds. Nobody calls a family meeting to decide on a $12 car wash. Rule 3: in 5 years, I own something physical, not followers, not an algorithm, machines, units, land. He tested every boring business against those 3 rules. Here is what he found. The first boring business, laundromats. Timmy almost dismissed this one entirely. Who still uses laundromats? Then he looked at the actual numbers. Dense urban areas are packed with renters. Millions of people do not have a washer in their unit. Families with home machines still go to laundromats for big comforters and bedding. The Coin Laundry Association puts the average laundromat's annual revenue between $200,000 and $500,000, depending on size and location. And the industry has a success rate above 90%, according to SBA data. That alone made Timmy pause. He found an aging laundromat about 15 minutes from his apartment. The owner was in his late 50s, tired, ready to walk away. Revenue was steady, but the place looked like it hadn't been updated since 2001. Asking price, $200,000. Net income, after all expenses, roughly $4,000 a month. Timmy did not have that kind of cash, so he structured the deal the way a boring millionaire would. He scraped together about $27,000 for a down payment. Part of it came from selling his car and buying a cheaper one. The owner agreed to finance the rest over 7 years. Month 1, as an owner, the numbers were humble. Gross revenue a little over $9,000. After rent, utilities, supplies, a part-time attendant, and the loan payment, Timmy took home about $1,300. That was it. His friends from work found out, and the reactions were exactly what you would expect. "You bought a laundromat? You fix washing machines now?" One guy actually laughed. Timmy did not argue. He just looked at the $1,300 that showed up without him clocking extra hours at the logistics company.
By month 6, he had added card readers because people do not carry quarters anymore. He raised prices by a small amount per wash. He introduced a simple monthly wash pass for families. Net cash flow climbed to about $2,200. Not explosive, not viral, but the direction was undeniably up. Machine spinning, money landing, no algorithm required. The second boring business, vending. While upgrading the laundromat, Timmy noticed something obvious. Every time he refilled the small snack machine near the entrance, the same chips and drinks sold out first. He could literally see customer habits in real time. The laundromat was not just a laundry business, it was a captive audience, people sitting around for 40 minutes waiting for their clothes. He bought his first real vending machine from a retiring operator for about $2,300 and put it right by the entrance. Then he got 3 more and placed them in a nearby warehouse break room, an office lobby, and an auto repair waiting area. Vending is brutally boring. You drive, you restock, you collect small bills. But here's what makes it pass all 3 rules. People buy snacks and drinks impulsively. The decision takes 2 seconds. The machines are physical assets you own outright, and in the right locations, they pay every single day. Month 3, the 4 machines together cleared about $800 in profit. Tiny, but Timmy did not quit. He swapped out low sellers, moved the worst-performing machine to a busier gym, and dialed in his product mix. By month 12, the route was clearing around $2,400 a month. Now he had 2 boring businesses feeding each other. The laundromat brought foot traffic, vending monetized the waiting time. His job still paid $3,400 a month, but his boring businesses were now clearing over $4,600 and climbing. The third boring business, self-storage. This one scared Timmy because the numbers were bigger, but the psychology behind it is almost too perfect. People do not like letting go of their stuff. Once someone puts boxes and furniture into a storage unit, they keep paying rent on it for months, often years. They tell themselves they will clear it out next month. That month almost never comes. Timmy did not try to buy a whole facility. He partnered. He met a small contractor who owned a piece of land behind an industrial park. The contractor wanted to build storage, but hated the operational side. Timmy loved operations and now had cash flow from 2 businesses.
They formed a simple partnership. Timmy funded about 30% of the build cost and handled all operations, software, tenant screening, and marketing. The contractor contributed the land and construction. First year, they built out 24 units. Timmy made a rookie mistake, though. He assumed people would just show up. For the first 2 months, occupancy was embarrassingly low. 4 units rented. He had not even claimed the Google Maps listing. Once he fixed the basics, set up a simple website, listed on Sparefoot, and put a sign on the road, units started filling. By month 9, 18 of 24 units were occupied at an average of about $140 a month. After debt service and shared expenses, Timmy's cut came to around $1,600 a month. Add that to the laundromat and vending, his boring little empire was now producing over $6,000 a month after costs. That finally passed his salary. The night it happened, Timmy was sitting in his car outside the storage facility, looking at his banking app. No champagne moment, no confetti, just a quiet realization that the boring plan was actually working. Here is where it gets interesting. Timmy did not build all 6 businesses himself. He focused on 3, but he studied 3 more that kept showing up in the same millionaire patterns, and he wants you to know about them. The 4th boring business, car washes. Not the giant branded tunnel washes on highways, simple local car washes. You invest in equipment once, water, soap, brushes, vacuums, then you let volume work. A basic 4-bay car wash can generate hundreds of thousands in annual revenue with minimal staffing, and over time, the land under it often becomes the most valuable asset. Think about the 3 rules. People wash their cars every week or 2. The decision is instant, and you own real physical infrastructure. Timmy looked at a listing for a small car wash priced at around $315,000 with claimed net income of about $70,000 a year. He did not buy it, but he filed it away. The fifth boring business: pest control and similar recurring services. In almost every entrepreneur community Timmy read through, there were posts from owners of pest control routes, pool cleaning services, and lawn care operations. The pattern was identical. Customers sign up once and stay on a regular schedule. Revenue becomes predictable. Run the math on one route of 80 homes, each paying $60 a month for quarterly pest treatment. That is $4,800 in gross monthly revenue from one technician, one truck, and some chemicals. Scale to 2 or 3 routes, and you have a multi-six-figure business that nobody talks about at parties. The sixth boring business: property management. Not owning skyscrapers, not flipping luxury condos, just being the bridge between everyday landlords and everyday tenants. You collect rents, arrange repairs, handle move-ins and move-outs. A solo property manager with 50 doors under management at an average fee of about $90 per door per month brings in $4,500 in gross fees. Scale to 150 doors with a small team, and you are in serious income territory, managing tasks most landlords would happily pay someone else to handle. All 6 of these businesses pass Timmy's 3 rules: monthly recurring need, low drama buying decision, physical or contractual asset you control. Now here is the part Timmy wishes he had understood at 22 instead of 32. The business type matters less than the pattern behind it: small repeat payments, services people feel they need, behavior that brings them back automatically. That is the engine. The specific vehicle, laundromat or pest control or storage, is just the body you put on top. Let me show you what happened over time. At 32, Timmy's net worth was maybe $5,000. By 38, after 6 years of focused, boring moves, the picture looked different. He still wore the same kind of clothes, still drove a practical car, but the laundromat loan was nearly paid off, and a fresh valuation put that business at around $340,000. His share of the storage facility, after debt, was worth about $270,000. The vending route, valued at a standard earnings multiple, could probably sell for around $85,000. He had been putting retained earnings into index funds, which had grown to roughly $190,000, plus a modest home. His net worth crossed $1 million at 38. Meanwhile, the friend who laughed about the laundromat was still leasing a car he could not really afford. The guy who launched a startup had gone back to a regular job. The crypto crowd had mostly gone quiet. Nobody's path is wrong, but Timmy's path was boring, and Timmy's path worked. No single year felt like a breakthrough. There was no viral moment, no lucky break, just slow, steady, compounding growth from assets that most people don't even notice when they drive past them. So what does this mean for you? First, you do not have to start at ownership. You can step into this world gradually. Spend 1 hour this week searching for real, boring businesses for sale in your area on sites like BizBuySell or LoopNet. Not online stores, physical or service businesses with actual history. Look at laundromats, vending routes, small storage facilities, car washes, pest control routes, or property management firms. Filter every listing through the 3 rules. Does the customer pay at least monthly because they need to? Is the buying decision low drama? Can you eventually own or control the core asset? Second, stop underestimating small cash flow. $1,300 a month from the laundromat did not change Timmy's life overnight, but it changed his direction. It proved he could earn without trading more hours. Then he stacked $2,400 from vending, $1,600 from storage. Stacking boring is how small numbers become serious numbers. Third, accept that boring is a filter for you as much as for the business. Can you handle the repetition? Can you walk past your own machines in your own units week after week, adjusting small things, tracking simple numbers, not chasing whatever is trending? If the answer is yes, You are already ahead of most people who will never start because the opportunity did not look exciting enough. Here is what you can do tonight. Pick one of the 6 categories that fits your city. Just one. If you live in a dense rental area, start with laundromats or small storage. If you are in spread-out suburbs, look at pest control or lawn care. If you are near commuter traffic, check out vending or car washes. Go to Biz Buy Sell, type it in, and write down 3 numbers from one real listing: asking price, monthly revenue, monthly expenses. Do not buy anything, just look. Because that is exactly how Timmy started. One listing, one evening, one boring idea that everyone else ignored. 6 years later, people call him lucky. They see the businesses and the numbers. They do not see the nights he spent reading about payment systems for laundry machines and tenant management software, while everyone else scrolled past the next trending thing. You do not need to copy his exact combination. You just need to copy the principle. Own boring. Serve needs, not trends. Stack low-drama monthly cash flow. Give it enough months and enough years, and you might look up one day and realize the most boring decision you ever made was the best one.